Hello students, welcome to Alforce e-learning, an abode of excellence. Welcome to second year English class. I am very much excited to take one more session. Dear students, in this session, I would like to explain the theme of one of the poems of second year English, that is the magical earth. Dear students, before I start the poem, let me ask you some questions. Here you see the word Mother Earth. How many times have you heard this word? How many times have you heard this word? In our mother tongue, we often or frequently come across the words Janmabhoomi and another one is Bhudevi, Bhumata. So here Mata refers to mother and Devi refers to goddess. You know, dear students, mother has a giving nature, God has giving nature, and the earth also has giving nature. Virtue of giving is holy and eternal. Dear children, I tell you one more thing. April 22nd every year is celebrated as International Earth Day all over the world. Why? So there are paintings, songs, culture, and of course festivals celebrated on the name of the earth. Why? There is something special about the earth. Dear students, have you heard of it? Fortunately, to learn something about the earth, to learn something about the nature, we are given a poem, that is The Magical Earth, which is written by Gulzar. Now I speak a few words about the poet. Sampuran Singh Kalra. It is misprinted as Karla in our textbook, but it is Sampuran Singh Kalra. The pen name of Mr. Gulzar. The real name is Sampuran Singh Kalra and the pen name is Gulzar. This gentleman was born on 18th August 1934 at Dinar of Jhelum district in British India. And that district is in Punjab province. Dear students, this gentleman started his career in 1963 as a lyricist. He wrote lyrics, and one more speciality of this gentleman is he was married to Rocky, a famous Bollywood actress. So this gentleman received several accolades, several awards for his merit. 20 Filmfare Awards he received. That's a great thing on his part. Central Sahitya Academy Award, Dada Saheb Phalke Award, which is the highest award for filmy people, and Padma Bhushan. Besides lyrics in Bollywood, he also wrote poems, especially green poems. He tells, nature has given me a lot. Environment has given me a lot. In return, I would like to give nature in the form of poems. That is the quality of Gulzarji. And he also insists the young people to sow a plant every birthday, because of which our earth becomes something in the near future. So dear students, this gentleman explains in this poem about the admiration of nature. You know very well, dear children, nature has immense beauty. Nature captivated the poet and inspired the poet to transform the beauty into art in the form of green poems. And dear children, in this particular poem, he admires the nature, he gives rich tribute to nature, and it is nothing but the celebration of nature. He wrote the poem in Hindi, which was translated into English by Pavan Kumar Verma, a retired diplomat. Of course, this gentleman is also a politician. So here the poet goes to his garden. As a child, he expresses the doubts. As a child, he asks queries. We can find the childish mentality of the poet in his disclosure. Dear children, don't leave till the completion of the poem. I sincerely request you to pay attention and try to understand every line of the poem, which is an easy one and indeed a beautiful one. This poem is present in the second module, and from this poem or from different poems, annotations and questions will be asked. If you understand the concept of the poem well, it becomes very easy to write the annotations and answers to the satisfaction of the examiner, and it is ensured that you will get full marks. Now, I request you to pay attention. Let me start the poem first. Of course, a big one. There is something indeed in the earth of my garden. Is this earth magical? The earth knows how to do magic. If I sow a guava seed, it gives me guavas. If I put a jamun kernel, it gives me jamuns. A bitter gourd for a bitter gourd, a lemon for a lemon. If I ask for a flower, it gives me pink flowers. Whatever color I give to it, it returns that to me. Has it hidden all these colors in the soil below? I dug a lot but found nothing. The earth knows how to do magic. The earth knows how to do magic. This is the part of the poem. Now I explain you in detail. Try to understand. There is something indeed in the earth of my garden. There is really something in the earth of my garden. The poet visits his garden and he assures and he asserts and he ensures that there is something. What is that something? In the earth of my garden. And in the next line, he asks a question. Is this earth magical? It's a question, and he doesn't wait for answer. Immediately, he says, the earth knows how to do magic. What does the earth know? The earth knows how to do magic. So here, is this earth magical? In this interrogative sentence, there is volumes of assertiveness. So dear children, he has given different examples here. If I sow a guava seed, it gives me guavas. A small seed is sown and a big tree comes out of it, and there will be guavas. What a magic it is. And the next one you see here, if I put a jamun kernel, it gives me jamuns. You know jamuns, which are in violet color. In the first line, he used seed, and of course kernel also. It is also a kind of seed only. It is hard inside, and of course you know very well jamuns, which are in violet color. And a number of jamuns come out. How do they come out? From where do they come out? From the earth they come out. And how do they come out? It's a magic. It is the greatness of the nature. Okay, dear students, a bitter gourd for a bitter gourd, a lemon for a lemon. You know bitter gourd, one of the vegetables. A bitter gourd. When I sow a bitter gourd, it gives me bitter gourd. And if I sow lemon, it gives me lemons. How? That's a magic. That's a wonderment. That is the astonishment of the nature. That is the astonishment of the earth. And next you see, if I ask for a flower, it gives me pink flowers. All the different kind of seeds are sown. They are not in different colors, and different color flowers come out. How? He has taken only one color here, pink color, but you take different flowers, they are in different color. For example, you take a rose flower, red rose, yellow rose, white rose, like that. You take many flowers, they are in different color. Surprisingly, the leaves are green. You take any tree, leaves are green and flowers are in different color and the fruits are in different color. Okay, dear students, how? That is the greatness of the nature. That is the magic of the earth. That is the astonishment one is expected to express. So, dear students, and as a child, when the poet got this doubt, like a child, when children get doubts, what do? Here, has it hidden all these colors in the soil below? He got a doubt. When he got a doubt, what did he do? He started he started digging. I dug a lot but found nothing. He started digging like a child. Could he find anything? No. He did not find anything. Were there any colors hidden in the earth? If the colors had been hidden in the earth, he might find them. But colors were not hidden. There were no colors. Then how could different flowers get a different color? That's really magic of the earth. And here, the earth knows how to do magic. The earth knows how to do magic. Here he says, the earth knows how to do magic. What does the earth know, dear students? The earth knows how to do magic. And the line is repeated by the poet. Why? He wants to emphasize, that is the poetic strategy, to lay stress on something, to emphasize something, the sentence is repeated. That's why he says, the earth knows how to do magic. The earth knows how to do magic. That's why all these things. So different fruits, different color flowers, different vegetables with different taste. That is the power of the nature. Please remember, dear students. Okay, dear young students, we came across the magic of the earth. Now we see the tricks the earth shows. It shows so many tricks. What does the earth show? Earth shows so many tricks, so many gimmicks. As a magician with his hands, a magician with his hands, he shows many tricks. That is a general experience you probably have. The earth also. Otherwise, big trees. when it balances these long coconut trees on its fingers. It's really a trick. The earth can balance long coconut trees. They are very tall. Though there is, it does not even let them fall. The wind does its best, but the earth does not let them fumble. The wind tries its best. The wind tries its best to make the trees fall down, but the earth does not let them fumble. They are stable. They may move here and there because of wind blows, but they never fall down. Why? It is the trick. It is the trick of the earth. The earth may carry the trees. It's an assumption on its hands. If earth is imagined as a person like this in hands, just the trees will be. They won't fall down. That is the trick of the earth. And you see, a sharbat or milk or water, anything may fall. It absorbs them all. Whatever that is fallen on the earth, the earth absorbs them. What a patience the earth has. What a wonderful mentality the earth has. If the figures of speech personification is used, if the earth is compared with a person, lot of patience the earth has. Whatever that is fallen, it absorbs. And how much water does it drink? It gulps down whatever you give. It gulps down whatever you give. How much water does it drink? How much water does the earth drink? It gulps down. It swallows. It swallows down whatever that is given to the earth. That is the wonderful nature without any objection. The earth does not raise any objection. That is absorbed. It swallows everything, whatever that is fallen on it. Amazingly, surprisingly, an adverb is used. After adverbs, we generally use punctuation. We have discussed this already. Its stomach never fills. Does it? Question tag. The stomach of the earth never fills. Here also, the poet used the figures of speech personification. Suppose the earth is compared with a person. We have stomach. The earth's stomach never fills. Though a lot of water falls on it, in any form, from any utensil, maybe a glass, maybe a bowl, maybe a pot, maybe a big container, that's absorbed. That's great. That is the astonishment. That is the incomparable virtue of the earth. Dear young guys and girls, please try to understand. And you see here, I have heard that it can hide a river inside. I have heard. I have heard. I have heard that it can hide a river inside. There is a river inside. The poet is saying that he has heard. When there is a river inside, of course, we also know that inside the earth we can find coal, we can find iron ore, and we can also find gold. Just if you read this particular line repeatedly, I have heard that it can hide a river inside. I have heard that it can hide a river inside. There is a musical tone. So that's what the poet inclines to express, that he has heard that there is a river inside the earth. Again he says, the earth knows how to do magic. What does the earth know? The earth knows how to do magic. The earth knows how to do magic. What a wonderful quality the earth has. What a great virtue the earth has. The magical power of the earth is really admirable and commendable. Dear young students, are there sugar go downs under the earth? Are there sugar go downs under the earth? Have you heard it anywhere? This is the expression of the poet also. In fact, there are no sugar go downs under the earth. And also are rocks of lime. Can we find rocks of lime under the earth? Can we find sugar go downs under the earth? Eventually, the answer is no. Then how does this earth put sweetness into fruits? How does the earth put sweetness into fruits? You know many fruits. Here some fruits names are given. Suppose you take pomegranates. The shape varies. The taste varies. Pomegranate, if you break, you will find seeds, small seeds, red in color, which are sumptuous, which are delicious, and of course they are sweet. And you take plums, there is a hard seed inside. Small fruits. And you know mangoes very well. And there are different kind of fruits. Oranges. custard apple. You take all those fruits and eat. And observe the variation in the sweetness also. Sweetness differs from fruit to fruit. How? That is the magic of the earth. And one more thing here, my dear students, you try to understand. The leaves tasteless, but the fruits sweet. Leaves do not have any taste. You take any tree. If you eat leaves, they are tasteless. We are reluctant to eat leaves. But from the same tree, we take the fruits and eat, because they are sweet in taste and the sweetness varies. That is the greatness of the earth. That is the greatness of the nature. Whatever that is given by nature is good for health. People should know this fact, and we have to protect our environment. We have to conserve nature with which we can conserve ourselves. And dear students, you see here the other fruits, the Musambi sweet, the lemon sour. These two fruits belong to the same family, citrus family, but the taste varies. You take Musambi, it is sweet, and you take lemon, it is sour in taste. How great the power of the earth. How wonderful the magic of the earth. And one more line, undoubtedly, the poet clearly says that there is no doubt at all. Undoubtedly, it refers to what? In different ways he expressed. Here it refers to the earth. It knows magic. The earth knows magic, and there is no doubt in it. You have to accept it as a fact. There is no comment on it. There is no discussion on it. There is no argument on it. There is no debate on it. It is a fact. It must be accepted. That's it. Otherwise, the earth knows magic. Unless there is a magic, how can we come to know that the bamboo is tasteless and the sugarcane sweet? Bamboo and sugarcane, they both seem to be alike. But if you take bamboo and bite it, it is tasteless. You will get blood out of your mouth. And out of bamboo, furniture is made. And you take sugarcane, it is very sweet, out of which sugar is extracted. Bamboo and sugarcane seem to be same, but bamboo is tasteless, sugarcane is sweet. That is the magic of the earth, my dear students. So coming to the gist of the poem, the poet clearly says If I sow a guava, it gives me guava. And if I sow a lemon, it gives me lemon. Vegetables, and again vegetables, it gives. Okay, and if water is poured or if anything falls on it, it absorbs. Is there any magic on this earth? So that's what the poet expressed in many ways. And you see, are there any sugar go downs? There are no sugar go downs, but the fruits are tasty and the fruits are sweet in taste. The leaves are tasteless. So all these are nothing but the magical power of the earth. It's a big poem, dear students. In this particular poem, the poet admires the nature as he loves nature abundantly, excessively. He wants to convey his rich tributes to the nature, and it is nothing but the celebration of nature, dear students. This is pertaining to the poem, and in the public examination, dear students, there may be a query related to an annotation or related to a paragraph question. If annotation is given, so you will have to write. These lines are taken from the poem The Magical Earth, written by Gulzar. And you have to write the thematic context, and you will have to explain, and you will have to write a critical comment. Then if a paragraph question is given, you will have to write about the poet, and you will have to write the content related to that particular question, and you will have to give some conclusion, and if possible, you can write some poetic lines. Dear students, nature gives for man's need, for not man's greed. We have to protect our nature. Every individual is expected to think about the environmental protection. The message is conveyed in the form of the poem by Gulzarji. We have to understand the importance of nature by listening to this particular poem. And yes, students, I hope that you have understood, and I'm extremely grateful to our college management for providing me this wonderful opportunity to teach a particular poem. And I also express my gratitude to all the dear students for watching this video, and I hope that this video is useful to you. Thank you very much.